you so much for joining. And sir, you have been in education sector since last 35 years. How has been the journey for Rao's groups of education
Yeah,
institution?
Rouse actually has been started a long ago, almost all 3 decades or over. We have started with a very small school and then we have been teaching and trying our level best to update it. We thought how best we can produce these good citizens for our nation. So in the mood of that, while one side teaching, another side administration, we have been continuously working hard.
Great.
So children at the beginning, we found about the communication skills problem. We
The
could
bigger
solve it.
institutions, when you have many branches across India, so in such a scenario, the role of ICT and technology becomes really very important. So how on that front your organization has been successful? What is the level of implementation of ICT in your organization?
Regarding ICT, we have actually, I can say that at the beginning we have started with some CCTV cameras right from the classrooms. And later we find it is impossible when we do not go with many branches and all this. Along with that, teachers' ability is becoming a problem. So that we thought electronic gadgets will be more useful. And there we have started introducing the projectors in the classrooms to teach the students so that they can understand very well the content which is not possible by human manual teaching.
Right.
Many of the students who cannot understand sometimes might be embarrassing sometimes to go near the teacher, or probably might be the shyness that they directly go and talk to the teacher and clarify their doubts. But whereas electronic gadgets are fulfilling their dreams, where they are fulfilling the dreams of the parents, making each and everyone to understand each and every topic.
In such a big schools and scenario, things has completely changed. What used to be when you were a student, I mean, the horizon has drastically changed. What, holistically speaking, what are the major challenge you see in education sector today?
The thing is that first of all, the content must be understood by the student, which is more possible by the electronic gadgets. It is not only going to stop with the projectors, but also with the tablet PCs, and even student can operate on it. We can also see the interest of the children more just like a toys, more than like a toys, they'll be using it. Even we elders feel if we look into very high technology gadgets, we get confusion and we may not quickly access to that. But whereas young children are so quick to manage it, look into that, go deeply into that, can understand very well, and even contents the curriculum, which has to be learned, they are doing it very well.
You are the big school, you run different schools across India. What are the major new initiative you are taking which can embark you on a different path?
The major initiatives are like even this e-learning, which has made us to, first of all, e-conferences among the teachers and among the students. Even one class, what they are doing, they can also watch with others. And how they are, even they can also participate with the group discussions. One particular area of class to other area class, debates can be conducted, group discussions can be conducted, which out of that actually the complete clarity, complete clear message can be given to the students. They will be more perfected in learning the things.
And how has been the response of especially the parents and the teacher, because they are the senior people as such, and the students are quite easy to adapt to new technology, they are not. So how has been the response of the parents and the teacher to those new changes you are trying to bring in, and how successful have you been on that front?
Parents are very interested, keen about this e-learning actually. Throughout India you can see that. More in urban areas this has been introduced. Though it is not spreading like wildfire in our entire India, but slowly and gradually it is coming up. It has to get into the rural India also. Some of the areas are not covered actually. So because of that, what happened, we wanted actually to spread to total electronic gadgets, e-learning for entire nation, which was not possible, the literacy by the government. Now because of this e-learning, I think total population will be educated very soon. Literacy percentage may reach to 100. Another thing is like parents are also more interested in this. And that the question of that regarding the teachers, one side we can say that they were doing a very hazardous laborious job, it has reduced, but still they are in confident they will not be replaced by the gadgets. But one day, my opinion is that I feel that so one day there might be a software which can also make interactive sessions to the students, because which is up to this level we have come up to this extent. Why not tomorrow something else will happen?
It can. So there are many benefits of e-learning, but there has been some challenges also. And one of the reason why I'm asking you this question, India is a very big country, very diverse country. People say within 5 kilometers, you know, the language changes, 10 kilometers, the dialects changes, the taste of water also changes. In such a vast country where the internet penetration, especially in the rural area, is not very high, e-learning is still a big dream for the large section of the people. In the metropolitan city, yes, we can say it has been implemented, there is an impact. So how we can replicate such a good idea of e-learning, which is already taking place in some part of the India, to the bottom of India, how we can do that?
Definitely, I feel that when we have come up to this extent, it is depending upon the governments. Governments, when they are adapting, we must have to say thanks to, first of all, Tamil Nadu CM Jayalalitha, because she has started introducing the laptops to the students. It is giving a big interest and encouragement among the student community. And even in UP also we can find Akhilesh Yadav, he has announced in his election manifesto that he wanted to see, because he is an engineer himself, and such a person, he has become a CM of that state, is a great really blessings of those area people. But now as soon as when he has announced, when we see the pass percentage also, the literacy percentage and pass percentage is increased there in that area, because he wants to give to the students, UP students, those who get passed, the pass percentage has been increased. So that is also, that means students are showing more interest in about education to learn it more.
So you are saying somehow to implement the e-learning and probably get the benefit of e-learning at different level, somehow the government will have to involve, probably there can be a PPP model to actually take e-learning process to the rural India also.
Definitely, they have to do that. Before that, first of all, internet facilities are to be, they must be available at rural nook and corner of the villages. Then it is very easy job. Then to introduce these laptops or any electronic gadgets, and moreover about the shortage of power which is there now, that has to be still updated.
You are also in the tablet making, as you were saying, providing those services also. So how has been the experience on that front? How promising is the market? Because India is considered as a highly promising market of tablet on low cost, affordable tablet, and there have been many companies which is bringing many more tablets. So how has been your experience? How do you look at India's market?
Actually, to make reach available to the low, to each and every common man, right, with the lowest price, we are also trying our level best. First of all, the question of that, most of the even construction companies, like also they are coming into, they are not at all having any experience in the field of this tablet PCs or any electronic gadgets. They are selling like anything, hotcakes, with their brand name. The brand name which is not belongs to the electronic electronic industry, but they are from some other area and minting money like anything. Other thing is like most of the Western countries are also, they maintain only marketing. They do not have any sort of industries. The worst thing is that everybody, they go for our East Asia and collecting the, buying from there only. So even today, as an educationist and as an industrialist myself, making BizBook our company, tablet PCs, we are worrying that why so much of our money is going to foreign countries. We are not able to make because the technology is not that much updated. In India, we are very much fine regarding the IT, information technology, softwares and all, but we're not in hardware. So we are really feeling very sad about that. We feel that we are not giving that sort of education to the students to go in an innovative method. So students are not given that method of teaching and technology updated, so that still we are buying the hardware from other countries. Very sad. India of 121 crores of people and huge population with not less than 20-30 crores of young children are there. We can brush up them with innovative ideas.
So you are saying exactly in the tablet making or any other innovative or technological thing, we have to bring lot more items and the inputs things which uses like semiconductors and all from outside India, which becomes the burden to the people who buy it, because the price goes up because of that.
But I feel that it is not impossible. It is possible in our India. We can also make, if we go into very research method, so that we can also, if we have R&Ds for every company, even right from motherboard and all, we can make itself. We are making it. We have even many other parts we are giving it outsourced here in our India. Exactly. Except motherboard, even motherboard also we are trying our level to do here itself only, so that one side it becomes an industry and good employment for the most of the Indians, and other side these gadgets are useful for educational purpose and for e-governance and any other aspect. You can see that it is useful for each and everybody, and to develop in a very high speed among the world countries. As it becomes one day, within short period, we will be the number one in among other countries.
The government has introduced the Akash tablet to the students, so that at least they should have a feel and idea.
Yes, yes.
And they can utilize the service for education purpose and all. So do you believe such kind of initiative by government is really a welcome step to boost the use of technology to the student?
Akash tablet has been announced by the HRD ministry. It has been released, but so far I did not see that tablet. It has not come into the light. Probably government has done this, I feel, like to lowering the rates, not for the sake of. When we went into that, we were also shocked that at this much of lowest price, is it possible? And it is possible for them, why not for us? So first of all, when we pursued in different way, the cost was very high. And when at that rate, if you wanted to sell into the market, even right from the processor and other things are not possible. And when it is lower configured, those particular tablets, that tablet PCs are not so efficiently may work. So even a small game also cannot be played in that. And even the battery backup also is very much required in that. At least for 6 to 8 hours is required. When it is compared with the laptops, this is fine, tablets are fine. But even in that also, when it is lower configured, I think it may not be that qualitative. Probably government might be having some initiative with the lowest price. They wanted to see that the tablet PCs are going to be lowest rate, because some people, foreign companies are going to sell at high price, so that it will be avoiding the people for going for a high price. So that one day there may be a chance it will come down, so that then at the time we will buy.
Let me come back to education again, sir. Tendulkar committee, which was set up by the government, they submitted a report and said that 38% people in India still live below poverty line. They are really very poor people, and for them access to education, access to banking service, access to any other service is still a dream. Government bring the law which is called RTA, and I have spoke to many educationists, schools, private institutions. So most of the private institution has problem that the problem of integration of different sort of a student. On that front, I want to know your opinion, how we can give access to those people also, because education is important for them. They are part of India. Unless we educate them, we bring them to the mainstream, we will be there where we are right now. So what do you have to say on that front?
First of all, to update it very much in a high literacy, increase the literacy rate, and bring up the committee has submitted 38% below the poverty line. education is a very important thing. So if it is not reaching to 100%, successful democracy is not possible, for which the only source is electronic gadgets, which with definitely we make 100% literacy. And in addition to that, government has to go with about the electricity. For that, some solar systems must be given any subsidies. At the same time, electronic gadgets also government, each and every government has to adapt. They will give it free of cost, otherwise 50%, not free of cost, at least 50% of the cost to be borne by the
So you are
customer.
basically saying that countries are very big and vast. Probably use of the IT and technology can actually include all those people into different services and sectors. That is what you mean to say.
Which country did you say?
Uh,
Other countries.
no, I mean using of
Technology in our
technology
country,
will
yeah.
definitely include them. If they are using the mobile service, the banking, they might not having a bank account, big bank account, but still they can get the benefit of the banking.
Definitely, even we people which we do not know, don't have any access to the computers, we are able to learn. Most of the old age people also now they are doing it very easily. It is not a big job, it is not a big hard work for anybody to learn it actually. Right from tender age children to high aged people also it can be accessed. With that it can be possible. So some people say that now as about rural people, they are not having access to the banking. It's true that there are no banks, and first of all there are no ATM cards to the people, rural people. Until and unless it has been brought into that condition, like rural banking has been updated, ATM cards are used, and if they feel that I don't know that, once upon a time even they don't know cell phone, now they are able to access it to that. Even you can take about the person who suffered, they are having the cell phones which we cannot operate. Such cell phones they are operating now. How can you say that it is not possible? They can do it easily. We should not simply tell them that it is not possible, it is not for you, it is not at all necessary for you, like that. But even to rural area also it is possible. If you start with that, automatically they will train us actually. They will one day comes into educate with us, educate to us.
Since you are educationist, let me ask you one more question. Majority of the government scheme at center and state level have been raising the enrollment ratio, wherein Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and other programs of the government, where they want to enroll as many people as possible, as many students as possible. But that has also been to another issue of the quality. Some of the quality they have not been able to keep pace with the quantity. So there is a debate on quality versus quantity. So how we can bridge the gap wherein we should have the quality education as well as the number of people we are educating should be higher.
First of all, quantity they takes everybody, because at the first step, even for introducing the computer, this electronic gadgets and all, at the beginning, now if we go into this educational tablets also, we feel that introducing the tablet PCs at the first phase and learning something, thereafter we will be thinking about the quality. Because how is the content, how it is, how was it designed and all is a secondary matter. First of all access, second is the quality matters. Even I can say that today's total education, entire Indian education is worst, because I went across the world and visited number of schools, more than 3,000 schools in different countries, right from China, Japan and European countries and other countries. Many schools really, I feel that the curriculum is not that good. Even our CBSE curriculum also is not up to the mark. Even the content wise also, if you take it about, very not up to the mark. Even if we think of about, we say that so called our IIT institutions are so great institutions. How many of our IIT institutions have got at least one Nobel Prize? Not even a single. They are the best institutions in the world. But why not? The only reason is that our education is not on the basis of research. So that sort of questioning is not given. It is always teachers only are teaching the students in such a way, you listen, I'll tell you, that's all. Not that they are not allowing the children to think and answer and think. There are no questions which are unanswered. Like in the sense, like unanswered questions itself are also not prepared in the textbooks. And if it is that, then what about the digital content? Content, it is whatever we load in that, it is in that. So when we talk about the quality, there are so many matters regarding the Department of Education. That's the reason why till now we did not make our own production. our own manufacturing units in our India, it is the reason because of education. Education is very worst in situation in our India. We may say that most of the company, CEOs of foreign countries are our people. It's not that. We are giving the body of knowledge, not the capability of the person how to use and utilize the knowledge of the persons. Application skills are missing.
Since you talk about some of the problems that we are facing and probably we need to address them, the Minister of HRD, Mr. Kapil Sibal, he brought many bills in the parliament, more than 5 or 6 bills which were directed toward raising the quality, efficiency, bringing the more transparency in the education sector. But all of them, majority of the bills in the parliament which was posted by HRD, they all got stuck in the parliament. And the reason which was given by the minister, that private education institution, the big players, they don't want those bills to go through, and there is no support of them. For example, the higher education bill, the malpractices bill, which actually debarred using certain way of getting fees and all. So on that front, how can we, all the party, the ministers, the HRD, the private party, the government organization, UGC, SAT, all can come together and bring a holistic solution so that the quality can be raised? Because at the end of the day, you are also considering to impart good education, but minister is compelled.
And there's actually 2-3 points are there. One is about, actually Mr. Sibal has done a great job. We appreciate. We are really fans of Mr. Kapil Sibal because he has brought these so many reforms in the Department of Education. He has done a wonderful job. Probably the bills are stuck there because of political issues, and nowadays, you know, if you tell something good, there will be definitely opposition for that. If you speak something bad, you are doing something bad, okay, it is fine like that. If you say, then people accept it is fine. He is the fine minister.
Right.
So truth will be so bitter. In that way now, of course. But one more thing regarding right to education, very important. It is really every child has to get the quality education. So for that, at the cost of the other institutions, like see, there it is a question of running the institution with the different issues like educational institutions are depending on some 5 factors in that.
Exactly.
One is about the campus. The second, facilities and campus and all these things. The number 2 is infrastructure. Number 3 is a curriculum. Number 4 is the management. Exactly. Number 5 is the teaching faculty. Number 6, actually one more, is teaching technology. Teaching technology, we say that even manual teaching also, there must be some technology, techniques and skills of teaching. So these are all very much required. So out of course, teaching technology and other things can be available, but a very cheap teacher is not available nowadays. Secondly, infrastructure cost is more. And third, campus cost, nowadays land cost and construction cost is very high. So to meet all these expenditure at the cost of other rich people, how far they are going to accept is a very big question.
Ultimately, you are saying that there is a huge investment of the capital because the private education institution, they have to manage all of them.
Yeah.
So there should be a balance.
Balanced.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful talking to you.
Nice.
So much, sir.
Thanks.